Hi and welcome to this Die Designer video tutorial. For this video we will be looking at die springs, and you can find the die springs up in the components menu. Scroll down to die springs or SG from the command line. That will bring up the spring dialog box. To run you through a few of these parameters or options on this dialog box, we have our spring diameters. We have our length list of the spring based on the diameter. So if the catalog doesn't support all those lengths, it keeps it to catalog numbers. And then your color codes for your light duty, medium duty, heavy duty, extra heavy duty. Vendor, currently just Danley and Raymond. I hope to add some more vendors in a future release. Our views, plan or profile view, and you can see your image will change when you select that profile view. And then we have the inch option or the millimeters. So we'll be in inches today. We also have a little data information over here based on the selected diameter, length, and color code. We have our catalog number, deflection long life, how much that deflection is, and then the force at that point, average life, and then max operating. In this case, 600 thou max operating deflection and 539 pounds of force. The help, click the help button, and it gives you a little description. Danley Raymond Springs, command line SG, menu location, and then probably more importantly here is the intelligence. It has intelligence for the bill of materials. It has object transform intelligence, and then it also has touch command intelligence also. Finally, there's this video demonstration, which will bring up this YouTube video should you care to watch it again. So let's get started. We are going to start out with the profile view. I don't know what my length is going to be until I draw it in the profile view. That will determine it based on our preload and our stripper travel. So so it doesn't really matter what length is selected now. That's probably going to change. So we'll click OK. Insertion point for the spring will snap to the center of that unified screw plug. Direction, and then the compressed length will be to the top of this transfer pin. And it just draws it in. Little cleanup. Now I'm going to measure that spring, and you can see down here it's 1.375. Let's say an 1/8 inch of preload, that makes the spring 1.5. And now with a 1/4 inch of stripper travel, that makes a spring of 1.750 long. So SG, we'll change this to 1.750. We'll stay with the Danley red. OK, and I am going to snap to the center. I am going to snap to the center of that unified. And I am going to, I could copy it, but I'll use the touch command to start it up again. And put one at each location where these unified screw plugs are. So there you have that. You got your side view spring in, you got your top view spring in. It's drawn to the correct length and everything else. Now we'll show you a little more intelligence besides the touch command. We'll do a split leader balloon, and we'll start with balloon 1. Snap to the center. And I am not going to balloon this transfer pin. I'm going to go right to the spring, and I will link it. I am going, I'll tell you what, I am going to also balloon that unified screw plug. and I'll hit the vertical option so it places it right on top of the previous balloon. Select the unified, and yeah, balloon 1 and 2. Let's come over here and run our bill of materials program, design aids, bill of materials, or BM, and just watch down in this area as it'll kick out that bill of materials real quick. So yeah, there you go. We got our Danley spring, detail 1, 8 required. It's purchased, 1-inch spring with the catalog number. The unified, detail 2, 8 required, and then the ordering information. So yeah, now I'm going to take this same spring. I'll use the touch command and I'll start it up, and we'll do the object transform. So if you're doing a plate at a detail level, you just transform it, run your whole chart, and yeah, you'll be good to go. So select it, object transform, and it transforms into a drilled hole of the same diameter as the spring. If you didn't like that, now certainly, just to explain, that drilled hole in this case is only going through this backup plate. This is going to be a tapped hole, but we can do, if it doesn't transform into what you want, you can do a search and replace. So just for instance, this transfer pin is probably 1/2 inch. It is a 1/2 inch. So we'll start a drill. We'll go to our chart and we'll make it a 32nd over that 1/2 inch. Okay, so there's our drill, 32nd over. Now I could, and I'm going to make a few copies. I'll just show you a few things. I could just do a search and replace. Now this would be going into detailing. Whoops, let me start that over. I don't know what the heck I was doing there. SR, search and replace. And yeah, so now it changed it. It transformed it into a clearance hole for the transfer pin. Let's say we did not have a unified screw plug behind here. This was just a blind hole, what I would call a spot-faced hole into the die shoe. So I could just go spot face. We'll stay with the 1-inch diameter, and let's make the depth of that spot face hole, say 1.250, just a random number. Now I could use a search and replace, and replace all those instances when I was detailing the die yoke, or the die shoe rather. So now if we ran the well, let me go up here and do it from here. Dimensions, whole table, or HD. We will use the select option, and I'll select those holes. So yeah, as you can see, spits out the hole chart for it, the spot faced holes here, the 17/32 drilled hole for the transfer pin, and C is the 1-inch drilled hole for the spring itself. So lots of options for transforming, and if it doesn't transform into what you want, you can draw what you want and then use the search and replace to do it, and that would certainly be for things at the detail level when you started breaking out all these specific components. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned. I'm going to be keep creating them. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye now.